if you're brave,
Welcome to Magic Boy fans.
don't you fear?
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're looking at something really quite unique for our source material.
Yeah, absolutely. We're diving into a narrative that's presented entirely in verse. It's known locally as the Ballad of Sri Lankan Buffaloes.
And this isn't just, a folk song. It's actually this incredibly condensed economic history lesson, all set to a kind of rhythm.
That's right. Our goal here is to unpack this surprising story. It's about innovation, yeah, but also about rejection and a huge missed opportunity.
It really sets up this paradox for you, the listener, how this reliance on tradition, symbolized by the buffalo, clashed head-on with the technological advance, this small tractor. And it makes you ask that key question. What's the real cost when local skepticism, maybe local pride, gets in the way of progress? Okay, so let's get into it. Verse 1 introduces the main players, right? The inventor and his invention.
Yeah, it talks about a clever man who had a shining dream. And what did he build? A tractor, small but grand?
Sounds like the start of a great local success story, a homegrown solution.
It should have been. But then verse 2 hits, and we see the immediate rejection. It describes how the leaders, proud and wise, reacted.
And they didn't just say no, did they?
No, not at all. The ballad says they laughed and said, "Why dream of steel? We've got buffalo power, that's real."
Laughed. That's pretty dismissive. It highlights that immediate resistance to change.
It really does. It's a mindset thing, isn't it? Anything new is seen as maybe unnecessary or even a threat to the way things are.
And the poem reinforces this visually, right?
Yeah.
Even after the rejection, the image it paints is of the status quo continuing. The buffaloes are still there.
Still plowing, yeah.
Yeah.
With mud on horns and sweat on brow. That image really sticks the hard traditional labor carrying on unchanged.
Okay, but here's where the story takes a really sharp turn, the kind of twist that makes you pause. It's laid out in the chorus and the verses that follow.
This is the core irony, the very innovation that Sri Lanka rejected. Well, somebody else picked it up.
Right.
The ballad puts it bluntly. Japan took the dream we threw, now they sell it back brand new. Think about that. The invention deemed unnecessary, even laughable, locally becomes this huge international success somewhere else. Japan saw the potential.
And the poem even names the company, doesn't it? It specifically mentions Kubota.
It does. It says Kubota grew, the profits came. You see this direct line from Sri Lanka's rejection to another nation's, well, industrial and commercial boom.
It's a stark economic contrast. And the poem tries to quantify this lost opportunity, doesn't it? It puts a number on it.
Yeah, and it's a number that's almost shocking in its smallness. It talks about a 250 rupees trade.
250 rupees.
That's the price our future paid. It emphasizes how that seemingly tiny transaction, or maybe that initial valuation, held this immense long-term cost.
Wow. 250 rupees for a potential industrial future. That really underscores the lack of foresight, doesn't it?
It's the classic opportunity cost scenario, written in verse. They didn't just lose the 250 rupees, they lost the potential industry, the jobs, the exports, everything that could have followed.
And verse 3 really hammers this home by showing the two realities side by side. On one side, you have the traditional economy.
Where the buffaloes earn hay, we clap somehow, it sounds. Well, minimal, doesn't it? Subsistence level gains.
Exactly. And then on the other side,
You have the foreign companies, presumably like Kubota, who earn trillions, sleek and fast. The scale is just completely different. Hay versus trillions.
it's such a powerful contrast. The system they clung to yields hay, while the idea they threw away generates massive wealth globally.
And if you look in the bigger picture, verse 4 kind of brings it full circle, doesn't it? It talks about the eventual outcome.
Yeah, it says now, tractors are everywhere, from shore to shore. So the technology did eventually arrive.
Right, the world remembered Lanka's lore, the poem says. The idea itself was good, clearly, but the economic benefit, that wasn't captured locally.
They ended up importing the very thing they could have pioneered. The ballad says they are still the land of buffaloes.
It's like they fulfilled their own prophecy almost. By sticking so firmly to that traditional identity, they ensured they remained consumers, not producers, of this key technology.
And that final line of the chorus just hits so hard emotionally. We sold gold for buffaloes.
Yeah.
It perfectly captures that feeling, that sense of having traded something incredibly valuable, potential wealth, progress for the comfort of the familiar.
And what's really fascinating, maybe the underlying lesson here, is how national pride, or perhaps institutional inertia, can blind leaders.
Blinded them to something practical, something scalable.
Exactly, something that could have boosted the whole economy. Instead, they ended up buying back their own lost opportunity, essentially. Their pride and tradition cost them dearly.
So reflecting on this deep dive, it's been quite a journey through this ballad. We've seen the story unfold, the hopeful invention, the leaders laughing it off, the adoption by Japan, Kubota's rise, and that stark economic gap versus trillions, all stemming from that initial tiny valuation, that 250 rupees trade.
It really serves as a potent warning, doesn't it? If a relatively simple machine, rejected maybe out of habit or fear of change, can lead to such huge, long-lasting economic consequences.
It makes you wonder.
It does. What subtle innovations, maybe small shifts, are being overlooked or dismissed right now, perhaps in your own field, your own community, simply because they challenge how things have always been done?
What potential gold are we
Thank you very
trading
much
away
for watching.
today for our own
Please like
comfortable
and subscribe
familiar
my channel.
buffaloes?
That's the question to